ToFunky coming to you live at Cafe 70 at the Museum of UnCut Funk. Today I'm here with my good friend Maruchy with a Y. So Maria, I'm so happy to have you back. The last time you were here, you made this wonderful vegetarian dish.
Norma Special.
Norma Special, and you pay tribute to your mom. So tell us, what are you making today?
Well, today, as promised, I'm making Arroz Con Pollo, which is a typical Cuban food. And today, I'm going to make the sofrito, and I'm going to show you how to make that, and the chicken, and then we're going to go through every ingredient that we have to do to make this delicious, my famous word, delicious, chicken and rice dish.
Delicioso.
Delicioso, good season.
So Maruchy with a Y, take it away.
Okay, so today last time I took a little while chopping. So today what I did is I chopped everything already. So this is Vidalia onions. This is not really what we used to have in Cuba, but because we're rich now, we use Vidalia onions. So I put about 1 onion in the food processor. Again, we used to have to chop that by hand before. But now we have money, so we can afford a food processor. Now, so what we do is we put the onion and the green pepper. You put everything in there with a little, I just dropped them, you didn't see that, right? And then we put a little bit of garlic into this and a little bit of cumin. Cumin is a wonderful, wonderful spice. You have to be very careful when you use it because it's very, very, I don't know what the word is, but it has a lot of flavor. So we use a little bit of it. So a little bit goes a long way, and if a little bit could come out. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we drizzle this with olive oil. 1 second. Where's the olive oil? Oh, here it is. Okay, and we put a little olive oil on here. And we are going to put this in the food processor. And I mean, actually the electricity is over there. So when you come back, this is going to be a mixture, and I'm going to show you what else we're going to do with it, okay? Okay, so now I'm back, and this is what the sofrito looks like. So what I'm going to do is I take the chicken and fry it in this pot, which is, I'm not really sure what it's called. It's a cast iron, I think, which is very, very important when you're going to do arroz con pollo. So you take the chicken, and what I like to do is I like to get bones in because it gives a really, really good flavor. But my family, they actually like the breast. So you take I do a combination to get the flavor. So what I got to do now is I have to get the olive oil very hot, and then I kind of brown the chicken slowly with garlic. And then as that is happening, I put the sofrito in and some tomato sauce. Then I also like to use some sazon. And for the amount of chicken that I'm going to use today, which is about maybe 4 pounds, I like to use 2 of these little sofritos. Sazon little packages. And I also put like the chicken Knorr cubes. It gives a delicious taste. Olives. And of course, capers. You really have to have some capers. I also, instead of using water, I like to use beer. You can use Corona or any beer that you like. It's okay. And I also like to use wine. I don't like to use cooking wine because cooking wine has a lot of salt, and I really don't like that salt. So any kind of cheap wine that you can buy is fantastic for cooking. So when I come back, I'm going to show you what it looks like. With the whole thing that I'm going to do. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for right now. I think concoction. But anyway, the concoction is going to be so delicious. And after I bring that, then we're going to put the rice, and I use the sello rojo, which is very important. Now, my girlfriend Elsa's mother was the one that told me about that, and ever since I used it, I loved it. So when you come back, you're going to see it's like fricassee kind of thing. It's what it's going to look like. So I'll be ready to show you the most delicious dish ever. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken the sofrito and I've added all the other ingredients like the tomato sauce and some beer and a little wine. And what I've gotten is like a fricassee that I actually cooked it in the pressure cooker. You could do that, or you could cook it on top of the stove. If you cook it on the pressure cooker, it's about 25 minutes. If you cook it on top of the stove, it's about an hour. The chicken needs to be very tender. And what I do next is I take some of the, it's very important to the rice that you use. I use rojo because it is a smaller rice, and what you want it is to create something like, and I have a problem saying this word, risotto is like an Italian rice, and that's what this one looks like. What I did today is I'm going to take 3 cups, I measured it, and I like to wash it because actually what happens is if you don't wash it, it becomes very like sticky and starchy, and oh my gosh, I don't like it. So what I like to do is I wash it a little bit, so make sure your hands are washed, and before this I washed my hands because if they're dirty it's just not so good. You might have some extra taste, and then you can't recreate that because you don't remember where your hands were. So just wash your hands. So what I do is kind of like get the smoke, like it's kind of cloudy. I don't know if you see it. Kind of get the cloudiness out of the rice because it becomes very, very sticky otherwise. Okay, so that's pretty good now. And what I do is I take the rice and I just pour it in completely, the whole 3 cups that we measured. It's important that you measured it. Now, as you see, I don't know if you could see it or not, but this has a lot of liquid. So what I do is I actually want this, it's going to be kind of like soupy, like I mentioned before. The Italians have that, what they call, I really have a hard time saying this one, risotto, I think it is. So I measured back the 3 cups of water. Now, as I mentioned before, what is this? Let me see. This is not my cup, so I don't know how to do it. So this is 3 cups of water, and I put the water in there, okay? Now, I also put nor, I think it's called nor. It's a little cube of a chicken stock. I put that in, and I also put sazon, like I showed you before. It's very important that you have these flavors. Now, there's something that is very important that you get. And I actually got this in Morocco when I was there, but the really, really good one is from Spain. This is a really expensive, so you have to be very, I don't know, maybe a little frugal with it. It's called saffron, and it makes the rice look and taste. It really actually has a wonderful taste, and it makes it yellow color, orangey yellow color. And if you get the real stuff, it's very expensive. There are some imitations which you can use, but I actually like the real stuff. And what you do is you very generously, not generously, very skimpily use a little bit of it. You put it on there, and there you have it. Now, what I also do is I put beer. It really doesn't matter which beer. I just happened to go to Trader Joe's and got this brand, because it really doesn't matter what kind of beer you put in there. And you just put the beer, and you cook it for approximately 25 minutes. And I'll come back and show you how it looks, okay? The other thing that I'm going to make, which is very typical, I don't really know if this is Cuban or Spanish or whatever it is, it's for where I come from. And it's fried plantain. This is what they look like right here. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to cook. Now, you could get this green, and then it's kind of like a potato kind of tasting, and then when they're ripe, they taste very sweet. It's delicious. And so I like to cut the ends of them first, and then what I do is I score them. I think that's what you call it, score. You know, I'm still learning the English language, so you have to forgive me when I speak. If I don't say it correctly, or maybe I say another word, like, you know, literally translating, try to understand what I'm saying, because you'll see it. Anyway, so you see how easy it is? You score it, and then it comes apart like this. And then what I like to do is, again, my girlfriend told me this makes a very big difference if you cut it on the side. She thinks that she lived in Spain for a little while, and she thinks she knows it all. But anyway, I listen to her because she's the boss. So this is how I cut it. It's very easy. And you cut it like this. And then you fry them till they're golden brown in very, very hot oil. Okay? And when I come back, I'm going to show you what it looks like. And maybe I have some of the people, I don't know, but we do have, my whole family is here. Actually, I'm very excited. And they're going to taste this rice, which they've tasted a million times. But this time it's going to be more delicious. Okay? So see you in a little bit. And by that time, we're going to have a delicious food for you. Okay, so the last time that we were here, I told you I was going to put all the ingredients together. I put the rice in, and this is what it looks like. It's absolutely smells so good. And now these two handsome guys that you see here are my offsprings, and they're actually going to try it and let you know exactly what they like. My little guy here loves hot sauce, which, you know, I think spoils it, but he loves it. So I'm going to put some in this beautiful plate. This is Arroz Con Pollo. It's really a very, very typical Cuban meal. Again, like before I said, I don't really know where it comes from. Maybe Spain, maybe whoever cares. But it is from my country, Cuba. And this is plátanos maduro, is what I like to delicious with this dish. So we cut them before, and you saw it. So I just want them to let you know how they like it. This is John, or actually John and Carl, and they'll let you know how delicious it is. Very hot, is it?
Delicious.
Okay, what do you think, Carl?
That's really good. It's really good.
Well, so this is your typical Cuban eats, I like to say. And I hope that you come back again, and maybe I'll make something even more delicious. Who knows? I never have the same recipe twice. Thank you so much for coming, or actually watching. And thank you again. I'm a little drunk, but who knows? That's part of cooking.